Oh my god.
マジックスタート。
Keren.
マジックスタート。サプライズ。
雨描きがたし股間奥義。
マジックスタート。やっ答えなさい。師匠の技を食らいなさい。
夜の源源。
ここよ。
歌よ西のな。
こちらに注目。やっほへい。サプライズ。案内してもらえる？感知力がより鋭く。 準備万端、出発しましょう。
It's allowed to go in like buffers.
キャラバン宿駅か。初めてここに来たのっていつだったっけ。あ、そうだ。ナヒーダの意識が博士に閉じ込められちゃった時、砂漠で救援を探すようにってあいつがオイラたちに知らせを残してくれたんだよな。いつの間にかこんなに経ってたのか。今のスメールってナヒーダの統治でどんどん良くなってきてるよな。この平和がずっと続いて、もうナヒーダがトラブルに遭わないといいな。確かにオイラたちっていつも事件とかの中心になっちゃうんだよな。もしかしてお前の体質のせいか。お前ってトラブル体質なんじゃないのか。オイラはお前に会うまでは全然こんなじゃなかったぞ。せいぜいクタクタに疲れた時に変な渦のせいで海の中に引きずり込まれてお前に釣り上げられた程度だな。とにかくナヒーダのためだと思ってオイラたちもそろそろ次の旅に出発しようぜ。
こんなところで会うとは思わなかったぜ。あんたら本当にいろんな場所をブラブラするのが好きなんだな。
あ、ディシアだ。っておいオイラたち別にブラブラするのが好きってわけじゃないぞ。いつもやってるのは真面目なことだし、まあ旅とは関係ないかもしれないけど、まあいいや。それでお前はここで何してるんだ。
さっきまで砂漠でお得意さんの依頼をこなしてたのさ。特に語れるようなこともない普通の護送。今から報告に戻るところだ。遠くからあんたらを見てたが、何か真面目な話をしてたみたいじゃないか。マジか。そいつは驚いたぜ。まあ、あんたらはもともと旅人なわけだしな。でも今後は今日みたいに偶然顔を合わせることすら贅沢になっちまうのか。すごく寂しいぜ。そうだ、傭兵仲間たちと一緒にあんたらを送っていこうか。
いや気持ちだけ受け取っておくぜ。ひひまさかディシアがこんなにオイラたちとの別れを惜しんでくれるなんてな。また機会があったら遊びに来るぜ。
そうか。この砂漠を越えていくつかの水路を渡っていけばフォンテーヌだ。あんたらなら何の問題もなくつけるだろう。それでいつ出発するつもりなんだ。
待てよ。まだスメールで食べてないものがあったような。前に書いたリストがあるからそれを見ながら。
なら私も送別会をやるなんて野暮は言わないでおくよ。余計しんみりしちまうからな。今思えばスメールが今の姿になったのもあんたらのおかげみたいなもんだ。 やっぱ英雄ってのはいつも静かに去っていくものなんだな。
でもナヒーダにも挨拶していかなくていいのか？確かにな。じゃああいつを邪魔しないでおこうぜ。
それじゃあここらでお別れだ、旅人パイモン。雇い主としてでも友人としてでもいつでも会いに来てくれ。
またなリシア。またなスメール。
拜拜，师妹。
やよーしよ。ちょっとしたトリップよっ。失礼。踊りなさい。本日は運がいいようです。
房子。
ここはもうフォンテーヌ領内の港みたいだぜ。フォンテーヌってなんか先進的だよな。工業が発達してて変な機械がいっぱいあるって聞いてるぞ。観光客としてってのも悪くないけど、何か目標を決めた方がいいんじゃないか。どう思う？そうだな。前もオイラたちに有用な情報をいっぱいくれたのはナヒーダだったしな。属性の七失星はオイラたちが今接触できる中で一番いい情報源に違いないぜ。おう、情報は多ければ多いほどいいしな。でも水神ってオイラたちと気が合うタイプだと思うか？ナヒーダはめちゃくちゃ個性的なやつだって言ってたけど。一国の神について知るならやっぱりその国のやつに聞いた方がいいよな。あそこに話し込んでるやつらがいるから行ってみようぜ。
でもあの結末はちょっと悲惨すぎると思うな。根は悪いやつじゃなかったわけだろ。
ええ、まさかあんな幕引きになるなんてね。てっきり家族のためにもうちょっと抵抗するかと思ったんだけど、残念ながら私が期待してたどんでん返しはなかったわ。でも彼の物語には感動させられるものがあったわね。
そこの二人何か用か？ずっと何も言わずにこっちを見てるみたいだが。
ああ、オイラたちフォンテーヌに来たばかりの旅人なんだ。二人にいろいろ聞きたかったんだけど、なんか劇のことを話してるみたいだったから邪魔しちゃ悪いなって思って。
劇？いやいや、俺たちが話してたのは現実のことさ。何日か前に審理された事件だよ。
そうだったのか？でもさっきの会話傍から聞いてたら物語っぽかったぞ。
実は物語も現実の事柄を改変して作られたものが多いのよ。逆に現実だって誰かによって意図的に演出されている可能性もある。実際本当にあったことかどうかなんてどうでもいいの。舞台上で演じられている物語が素晴らしければそれで十分。ああ、君たちは外から来た旅人だから知らないわよね。フォンテーヌにはエピクレシス歌劇場っていう法廷があるの。通称歌劇場よ。
それってなんか軽すぎないか？ああ、別にお前たちフォンテーヌのルールに文句があるわけじゃないけど、罪人を裁くのってもっと深刻なものって印象があるぞ。
いいのよ。外から来た人はみんなそう考えるから。私たちはただ事件の背後にある感動的な物語を無駄にしたくないだけなの。君たちが心配してる審判は厳粛であるべきってことについては、絶対的な公正性を保つ最高審判官のヌビレットさんがいるから何の問題もないわ。それに神が作った審判マシナリー、油脂最低カーディナルって二重保険もあるし、冤罪や誤審なんてフォンテーヌにはほとんど無縁なの。
審判マシナリーってもしかしてある種の機械みたいなやつなのか？気になる。機会があったら見てみたいな。そうだ、肝心なことを聞き忘れてたぜ。オイラたち水神に会いたいんだけど、どうすれば会えるんだ？
そんなの簡単だろう。歌劇場に行けばいい。 水神フリーナ様は毎日歌劇場に入り浸っていらっしゃる。あそこはフリーナ様の一番のお気に入りだからな。
2人は多分フリーナ様と面と向かって話がしたいとか、そういう意味で言ったんじゃないかしら。フリーナ様に謁見したいってことなら少し難しくなるわ。かなり前に予約しておかないとお会いできないし、フリーナ様のスケジュールがどんな状況かにもよるから。
水神って公務や何やらで忙しいのか？でもお前たち、水神は毎日歌劇場に入り浸ってるって。
いやいや、フリーナ様はほとんど国の祭りごとには関与しない。予約が難しいのは単にフリーナ様が人気だからじゃないか？
そうよ、なんたって私たちの神様なんだもの。話し方や行動が大げさなところもあるけど、それでも人気者なのよ。
人々の神に対する印象が人気者なんて、おいら初めて聞いたぞ。ちょっとだけ分かってきた気がするぜ。水神はフォンテーヌの大スターみたいな神なんだな。
確かに間違ってはいないが、どちらかというとマスコットに近いかな。
ちょっと、私たちの神様なのよ。それはあまりにも直接的すぎない？
おっと、確かに外から来た人にはもうちょっと遠回しに言うべきだったな。じゃないと逮捕されてヌビレット様に会う羽目になりかねない。
冗談はよしなさいって。確かに法律はたくさんあるけど、フリーナ様の悪口を言ったぐらいで罪にはならないわよ。
よし、おかげでいろいろ分かったぜ。ありがとな。とにかく水神に会いたいなら歌劇場に行けばいいってことだな。予約しても実際に会えるのはいつになるかわからないけど、まあその間にいろいろ見て回れば。お？何見てるんだ？何かあったのか？まさか海に飛び込もうとしてるわけじゃないよな。ちょっと話しかけに行った方がいいんじゃないか？Hello there. Excuse me. Are you alright?
Huh? I'm fine. Thanks.
Oh, okay then. We just noticed that you seem to be worried about something.
About many things, actually. But there's nothing I can do but just keep my troubles to myself. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there. See?
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
Though people call the waters around Fontaine a sea, it's actually just an inland lake that's filled with fresh water. And though I can still see that hill clearly in my memories, now it's been completely submerged. He would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun shone brightly, and the air was filled with the scent of the sea. But now, the water is gradually swallowing our memories. It won't be long before it swallows us.
Sorry. Paimon doesn't really get what you mean.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Oh, and you are?
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. There's no need for any concern. Oh, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lyney, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine. We were just talking with your sister. Even though we didn't really get what she was saying.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all. I'm usually the only one she ever talks to.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason.
For some reason, she's
So that's how you think it is?
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite similar.
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memories, and that it won't be long before it engulfs you too?
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine for some time now. Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. There's no doubt about what's happening in Fontaine now. Where to begin? Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formally greeted each other yet, have we?
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
Hello, traveler.
wait.
And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake? You're not poking fun at Paimon, are you?
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in Fontaine when making new friends. You should remember it. It might prove useful.
Oh, all right then. Well, Paimon's just happy to have a local friend now. By the way, we were just getting ready to go to the Opera House to meet the Hydro-Archon. Would you be able to show us the way?
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the Opera House later myself. I'll gladly take you once I finish things here. Please follow me. You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady Farina has come
What?
to see you.
Sorry. Can't believe you get to see Farina's.
So, she's the Hydro-Archon? But how did she know we were looking for her?
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu. As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and his companion who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Is she talking about us?
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you've left in your wake as you visited other nations. But I welcome you nevertheless. No, I have come to receive you personally. Fear is for insignificant cowards. I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness. You can be rest assured, I see clearly your sincerity. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. It will allow you to truly behold my power and witness my authority. Intelligent people always gather under the correct banner. I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip. Now, you may rejoice in this.
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few minutes. But the Hydro Archon's entrance was, how should Paimon describe it? A little over the top? Miss Hydro Archon? How did you know we were coming?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't forget that even the gods can be divided into the mediocre and the excellent. I suppose it's only natural for you to be awestruck by my abilities. You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god? All it takes is a flick of my finger for me to know everything about you.
Whoa, talk about sounding high and mighty.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough? What else should I say then?
Is she waiting for us to start talking?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler? How did I not notice before?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina? Is there some kind of drama going on?
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are about. Lady Farina came here to personally see him. Oh, I bet this is gonna be the duel of the century.
Ooh, I've got to see this. I knew Lady Farina would never disappoint.
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy, and despite the noise, I've come to tolerate all their ruckus. You may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between myself and this
A
traveler
duel
from another
with
land,
Archon?
just as you were hoping to see.
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel against the divine?
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Stand down, Clorend. I admire his bravery. Few have the courage to draw their sword against a god. He is obviously a true warrior. Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will not slake their thirst for excitement.
Oh, yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor. They're getting a bit old, to tell the truth.
You see. then, as the god of justice, I shall face this traveler in another kind of duel. A duel in court!
Whoa, all right. Now that'll be worth seeing.
Right. This is Fontaine, after all. Such a grand opera house, it would be a pity not to use it.
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Seems you've spent a little too much time in the opera house. Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Oh, we have reason to put you on trial. It's obvious, isn't it? According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month. You are clearly guilty of violating this law, no?
What?
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong. That's our Lady Farina. No one knows the laws of Fontaine like she does.
He is the law.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, flying object? You mean Paimon?
Precisely. Now, if you two have no objections, then in the name of the Hydro Archon, I order your arrest.
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun. But if you would allow me to interject, I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
You tell her, Lyney! Finally someone who's not crazy. How could anyone call Paimon a flying object?
Ah, great magician Lyney, my beloved citizen. I'll permit you to object. But how exactly do you plan to prove your claim?
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show. So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a trick for everyone.
Ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did you do that?
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the traveler's hand all along. It was just that no one could see it before.
Huh? You call that magic? You've got to be joking.
I thought it was pretty good. Nice one.
Huh. I'm not sure what to think. It seems Lady Farina's charges no longer hold water.
Amusing. Very amusing, Lyney. Just the sort of unexpected twist that I enjoy. With you here, today's performance can finally be called complete.
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. The god of justice will not bring charges against an innocent person. But when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Lyney and Miss Lynette. That's enough for now. Toodaloo!
album for future Paimon. That whole scene just now was really...
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in case. I didn't think it would actually come in handy. So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Farina is?
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Lyney. It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House, right?
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. Lynette is my assistant. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine, the Opera House.
But isn't the Opera House where criminal trials are held in Fontaine?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a performance can be a little blurred. And speaking of performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity gifted by fate. Might I invite the two of you to see my performance?
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to go to the Opera House anyway.
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? I'll show you the way. I just have something to take care of first. Oh, you really mean it? Then I'll take you up on your offer. This is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you can help me distribute them to the people here.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that... You asked me before about the prophecy, right? Let me start by telling you a little more about what it entails. I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy has been circulating around Fontaine. It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Means that Fontaine born with by the trial.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine born with sin? What is that supposed to mean?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be regarded as conjecture.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the prophecy completely? Why bother feeling guilty all the time?
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been completely submerged, and now lie beneath the sea.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine shouldn't ignore the possibility, which would end up sentencing them to death. We hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. So, we've started distributing magic pockets to them. As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity. I'm sure they will come in handy when people are moving their belongings.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day! But this is more than a bit of rain.
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? We're just tiny specks in the grand scheme of things. Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby. Be sure to convince them to take it, regardless of what they say.
What's this? Ah, so you also believe in the prophecy. Keep it. I won't have any use for it.
What? You mean you don't believe in the prophecy?
No, I believe in the prophecy. But I also believe in another story. The story says that people once lived in the ocean. They were one with the ocean and couldn't live apart from it. But as time wore on, people desired to live on land and developed blood vessels, encapsulating the sea within their bodies. Thus could people set foot on land. So, if you ask me, when the water rises and takes us all, it'll be like we're going home.
Oh, we hadn't heard that one before. But people can't live underwater. They'll die. You should probably still take it.
All right, I'll take it. I guess I just feel that being dissolved into the water doesn't necessarily mean death.
Over here!
So you're the blonde traveler that everyone's been talking about. My apologies for not recognizing you earlier. Oh, a magic pocket? Seems you really thought of everything. I guess it's better to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Thanks. Please, also thank the magician on my behalf when you get the chance.
Huh? I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's true, it's still gonna be a long time before the water can cover everything. Life is all about living in the moment. What use is there in worrying about the future all the time? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
You should still take it. You never know when it'll come in handy.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that if I start moving, that means I've already given up on the life I have now. I'd really rather not.
Oh? You already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, what did people have to say? I bet you heard some, interesting opinions. Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare.
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine. Since we're out and about, I was thinking about bringing him some more materials.
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the materials look like and we'll help. Many hands make light work.
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll need some romaritime flowers. I remember seeing them near the waterfront on the east side of the harbor.
Surprise! It seems we have to use Hydro to collect romaritime flowers.
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced traveler. I've also finished collecting a few here. Maybe next time you'll feel like helping too, Lynette.
No way. I'm in power-saving mode today. Otherwise, I fear I may not have any energy left for the performance at the Opera House.
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off. Now that we're finished here, we should get ready to head back to the court of Fontaine.
So, we're going to the court of Fontaine before we head to the Opera House? Good. Paimon wants a tour of Fontaine's largest city and try...
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Huh? What's wrong with her? Paimon didn't notice anything.
She's obviously a thief. Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't discover what you're really doing. Watch her movements carefully.
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps we should split up. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run. All right, let's go.
Step on up!
Just what will we come across this?
Go!
This is the spot where Lyney wanted us to wait. Oh, look! Isn't that her? Oh no! Did she notice us? She started running the other direction! What should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might also be trying to lure us away. Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Lyney caught the thief. Yeah, let's go.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
No, that was all. Oh, I can't thank you enough. I didn't notice a thing earlier. Anyway, I should be going now. Thanks again.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground. By the time I looked back, she was already gone.
I saw the general direction she went, but Lyney twisted his ankle, and I needed to make sure he was okay.
Oh, did you get hurt, Lyney?
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all. In fact, it's feeling better already.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it. Imagine what would happen if you managed to derail our performance as a result.
You're right, you're right. Sorry, Lynette. I have to admit that the thief was even more skilled than I had anticipated. But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it wasn't a complete failure.
What a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the end, though. Lyney's initiative paid off.
All right, let's put this little detour behind us. We should go to the court of Fontaine now.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around. People in Fontaine really know how to use water.
This is an aquabus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine. It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same. That's why it's better to travel with friends.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just, well, you don't really talk that much. Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being at home.
Whatever.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
Huh?
What? Traveler! Paimon!
Charlotte!
Oh, I never guessed I'd bump into you while riding the Aquabus. In the story of my life, this is big news. What are you doing in Fontaine? I didn't hear anything about you paying us a visit.
Yeah, it's quite the coincidence. But as travelers, we're always on the move. It's not surprising that nobody knew we were coming. Though we still have no idea how the Hydro Archon knew about us. Oh, let Paimon introduce you to our new friends.
Oh, no need for introductions, Paimon. I would recognize the great magician Lyney and his assistant Lynette anywhere. I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who they were. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you.
Now that everyone knows each other, Fontaine suddenly doesn't feel like such an unfamiliar place. So, what have you been up to lately, Charlotte? Any big news?
Not too much. When there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle, even if it's the same old topics. For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days. You're right. Seems you know me pretty well. What I'm really after is exclusive, sensational news pieces that could shake the country. These smaller stories are a waste of my talents. Oh, I just remembered. I've been following a case lately. Well, a series of cases, actually.
You mean the serial disappearances of young women case?
That's right. These stories are the talk of the town right now, and it's probably the most mysterious case we've ever seen. If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, and it's the headline story in the Steambird, oh, when that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy. I've already gathered all kinds of materials. I just can't wait for the truth to be revealed.
So, what is the serial disappearances of young women case? You mean the culprit hasn't been found?
That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost 20 years ago. And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is that the girls are all of a similar age, and that they've all vanished without a trace. But the scariest part is that to this day, none of the girls have ever been found. Many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible. But either way, I believe that every case has some precise truth behind it, waiting to be exposed.
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of explanation. I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear. I'd pay any price to get her back, and then find a way to track down the culprit.
Please don't imagine that, Lyney.
Hey, we're almost there! Look! you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises like this. Yeah, us as well. The ride went by too quickly. I have an interview to get to. I should get going before I'm late. Okay. Paimon hopes we can chat again soon, Charlotte. See ya! Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time. What a tough job. Always running around and interviewing everyone. Well, where should we go now?
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides, I still have all the materials we collected.
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge, Paimon wouldn't know where to start anyway.
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else go? I have some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon. I suppose that can't be helped. Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Oh, you sound very proud to have a diver as a brother, Lyney.
Lyney, could you come here for a moment?
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me? Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing a little housework. Sorry for the interruption. Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you able to get any, Fremine?
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials. I was about to give them to you.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater work. All right, I'll take these to the workshop.
Looks like rain.
Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago? Fontaine's weather sure is weird.
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House, but don't worry, it'll clear up soon enough.
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went, every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour out rain. When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky at the top of my lungs. Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual. Let Paimon try something. Hydro dragon, don't cry!
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism. Or could at least play along.
Sorry. It might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. Perhaps it can't be comforted by the words of strangers. It rained for longer than I suspected. Oh, it's already getting late.
Was there something you needed to do, Lyney?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last aqua bus of the day. On the day of the performance, just ride the aqua bus to the island of Aeneas. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
Oh, are you leaving now?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. You feel nervous delivering the materials for the magic pockets, is that it? Perhaps we could trouble the traveler to help us take these materials to the Beaumont workshop and deliver them to the owner there? I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted, and the boss there tends to be pretty talkative. Fremine has always been a little afraid of her.
No trouble at all! Don't worry, we're on the case!
Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it comes to such tasks. I'll think of a way to make it up to you.
Oh, no need. This will be a walk in the park for us.
Fresh fruits, sweeter than syrup.